Angelo. When you learn, teach, and when you get, give. Hi, welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. I'm your host, Verdel Jones, and being an educator at heart, I'm dedicated to sharing conversations that inform and enlighten in the hopes that you learn something you may not have known. We have an awesome show planned for you today. I'm so excited to bring you the show. We're going to be talking about health and wellness today. But before we get, not health and wellness, health and wealth, and wellness too. But before we get started, I would like to thank our partner sponsors. We have Bri V Jiu-Jitsu, Darby Home Healthcare, and Nancy Vargas Johnson. I really want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors for helping us keep Conversations with Verdel Jones going. If you're interested in sponsoring the Conversations with Verdel Jones show, you can always contact me. So, like I said, we have a great show planned, a couple of announcements. I wanted to let you know that we are having our Write, Rhyme, and Recite Collective on June 9th, so make sure you save the date. We are securing a location for the event. We're kind of close to securing it. Last year we had it at Touro Law College. This year we are changing it up a little bit, so we'll keep you informed about where it's going to be. However, we are having our Poetry Slam Scholarship once again. Last year we gave away or awarded $3,250 in scholarships to our students in our Poetry Slam Scholarship. So we're doing it again. We have a GoFundMe. So if you go to Conversations with Verdel Jones page or Verdel Jones page, you will see the link to the GoFundMe. We want to try to raise as much money as we can for students to help them and support them for their college endeavors. So make sure you check that out. And also I want to let you know that we have Conversations with Verdel Jones mugs. So if you want to be part of the show, you can pick up your Conversations with Verdel Jones mugs at verdeljones.com. So be part of the show, pick yourself up a mug. All right. So again, what we're going to be talking about this evening is about health and wealth. And, with the new year beginning, a lot of people are on, they want to get healthy. They want to make money moves. They want to do a lot of things for the new year to set themselves up. And, I'm no different. I'm on a mission this year to be healthier. I'm going to be 50 years old. This is my 50th year, and I want to make sure that, that I'm healthy. I want to maintain, and get more healthier. I want to drop some LBs, so I'm working on that. I started a new diet, and that's going okay. I started isogenics. It's a diet, and I asked the viewers, I asked you guys, what diets have you tried that you really, really liked? We had everything from keto diets to just, reducing or restricting certain foods in their diet to a balanced type of food plan, like a lifestyle. So not calling it a diet, but calling it a lifestyle. So, I'm pushing forward. I'm going to, make it happen, drop those LBs. I want to be, bikini, maybe not bikini, but I want to be ready for the summer. My birthday's in July. I want to make sure I look good. So, and it really starts with, really being conscious and aware of what you're putting into your body and the things that you're doing, the activities. I do like working out, but it's the start. And once I start, I'm good, but it's the start. And I have a hard time starting sometimes. So that's it's a challenge. And we're going to be talking about wealth also. Wealth means different things to different people. But today we're going to be talking about money, having money, making money, how to become wealthy. But one of the things you have to also consider when you're talking about wealth is, does that bring happiness? So we're talking about health and wealth. There's mental health. So you have to make sure that, the money doesn't solve all your problems. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, on today's show, we're going to be talking to individuals who are committed to helping people get healthy and wealthy. And as we begin this new year, I think it's a perfect time, again, just to really start that up. So who do we have today? We have Samuel Dickerson. He's a certified personal trainer. He's a group instructor, a motivational speaker, a videographer, and a public health professional. He's the CEO and the founder of Better You, Better Society, LLC, and he's dedicated to improving the overall physical and mental and social health of his community. So we're really excited we have him here today. We also have Tanisha Marie. She's the founder of Success Level Ventures. She taps into her diverse experience and expertise to help people harness their true potential in every aspect of their lives, whether achieving greater financial freedom or getting into a new business, getting that off the ground, building strong relationships, or improving, just their overall health and wellness. She is an influencer, and she makes an impact. So we're excited to talk to her. And she also has a new show here on Strong Island Television. So we're going to be talking to her. We are also going to be talking to Terry Darby. She is the owner of Darby Home Healthcare, and she is coming up next. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have Terry Darby here in studio. Welcome back to Conversations with Verdel Jones. Make sure you like and share this page, this show, so everybody can see what's going on. As you can see, we have Terry Darby here in studio. Thank you, Terry, for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
It's so great to have you. We're going to be talking about Darby Home Healthcare Services. But before we do that, I just want to let everybody know I've known Terry for, it's been a good little while.
It sure has.
So we went to CI High School together.
Yes.
Ran track together. Well, I didn't really run, but
I know. Shot put,
the walk. So we've known each other for years. So I'm so happy that we are connecting.
Yes.
And that you're here today to talk about Darby Home Healthcare.
Yes.
So. I think finding a healthcare provider, especially a home healthcare provider, it's a serious issue. Because you're putting someone's trust in a loved one that you have.
Yes.
So it's a very serious issue. And you also are the first lady of Faith Community Outreach Ministry in Bayshore, New York.
Yes, I am.
So let's talk about the business. How did you get started in this business?
I get started in business. First, I was probably over going on like 16 to 17 years as a nurse. And so I was working in different avenues of nursing, administrative, home care, skilled nursing home. So I seen that it was a need for home health care in our community. And so I decided that I wanted to venture out and be more administrative doing home care. And I found out a lot of times in home care, you're not getting the quality care that you're looking for. And sometimes we know that our parents are getting a little bit older, they might need care. And so you want quality home care people coming into your home that you can trust and that they're going to give your parents the proper care, or your son and your daughter that have a particular illness.
Right. So it runs the gamut. So you work with the elderly and you work with kids as well?
Right.
Okay.
So it depends on what their needs, because we do from skilled nursing, which is RN, LPN, to home health aid and personal care aid.
So it runs the gamut. So you not only you hire RNs, but you also have home health care, which is a little bit different.
So we hire both RNs, LPNs, and home health aides. What's the different one? It's a different skill set. So it depends on what is the person needs.
Right.
And so now we're embarking on another program with the Consumer Direct program, where the consumer choose their caregivers, and the only thing we're doing, we're just supervising just a little bit over it. So they get to pick their caregiver. So the caregivers can be, like say for instance, your mother or your father's sick, and they have a certain insurance that they're able to qualify for this program, and then they were able to pick a loved one. It could be their daughter, their granddaughter, grandson, and then they would get paid for taking care of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
So they would work through in conjunction with you, or they hire, like how does that work?
Well, the consumer is really hiring whoever they want to hire.
Okay.
And so we're going to pay them because we get certain amount of fundings from the county.
Oh,
and so we just may supervise, like we'll just make sure certain things is going on. But basically, the consumer has the control. So we're putting the power back into the consumer's hand.
So how it normally would be, because I was going to ask you, like, how does someone decide? Even before they have a home health care provider, how does a person make a decision when to get one? Because my parents both had, my papu, my father's father, just passed away, a couple of years ago, but he was, resistant to have somebody come in the home. But he finally did, because it was just a lot. So how do people decide to do this, and how can they have that conversation with someone who might be resistant?
Right. First of all, usually people decide at the last minute when they
Right.
when they don't have any other choice, because usually the family members start to become burdened down trying to help. It's not a burden to take care of them, but when you have your own family and your own work and stuff like that, you're taking time out to watch them, and somebody's had to rotate. So usually we try to tell people that you need to plan earlier.
Right.
In situation, like sometimes you can get long-term care insurance or a different kind of insurance just to make sure that you're able to pay for a caregiver, like, because we never know what may happen to us, and you just look at it. So sometimes you can see early stage or something, and so that's when family members really should get together and decide, like, mom or dad or whoever going to need help. And so then you start looking for different home care, and you can always go into Department of Health in New York State to find out the ratings, if anything happened in that particular care or something like that.
Oh, really? So you can check out.
You can check out different. Right. You can check if there's any regulation that was wrong or something like that, any violation or something that was major. And so you can investigate and find out, and you talk to the people and make sure that they have enough time to tell you all the ins and outs about home care.
Yeah, right. Because it's very that. Finding that information out and navigating that system it's difficult.
It is.
Because, there's certain things that, and I've heard this where people have to, pay for it, not necessarily out of their pocket, but they pay for it with their home. They pay for it with all their savings or things like that. So I know some people kind of,
that falls into the insurance. It depends what type of insurance they have.
Okay.
And so certain insurance that you will, if you have a network with certain insurance, then they will cover for your service.
Okay.
It's just that when people try to apply for Medicaid.
Okay.
That's a whole different system.
That's different.
That's different because with Medicaid, it's really for the very poor that you don't have anything.
Right.
And so when people have homes and stuff like that, that's what they have to figure out how to do. And that's when they usually go to a lawyer so they can tell them how to redirect them, how to do something so they can get the care that they need.
Right.
And so it's all depends on health insurance, and that's what it's about.
So the health insurance, and it's the health insurance that you have at any given time.
Right.
When you have it and when you might need that assistance.
Right. And so your health insurance will dictate like what kind of service you are approved for and what you can get.
Right. Because I've heard, a lot of people say, make sure you put your parents' house in your name when they get a certain age, and because it's so expensive. I mean, you could be wiped out like that.
Right. The reason why they say that because with Medicaid, they can't apply for Medicaid if they own a certain amount of stuff because Medicaid is a system where you have to put back into it. So you're taken from it, but you still have to put back into it.
Wow. What has been the greatest challenge about even owning a business? You and your husband own the business, right? What is I admire entrepreneurs, in their drive, and you have to go through all kind of things. What do you think has been the biggest challenge for you guys?
I think the biggest challenge is funding, and then if because it's different fundings that you can get and grants, stuff like that. So I think that's the biggest problem. But and then you just have to be motivated each time. And so sometimes you may be down, but you have somebody else in network with you that brings you back up. Yeah. So you have to have that group of network to keep you going and motivate you to keep on going.
Right.
Because it's a lot of work. Anything that you do is a lot of work.
That's right. Anything that's worth anything, right? Yes. It's going to be a lot of work. So what area do you serve, and how can people, get your services?
Okay. The area I serve is Suffolk, Nassau, and Queens.
Okay.
They can go to darbyshealthcare.net or call 631-647-8838.
Okay.
And so they can apply for a position or they can do a request for services. And then we will contact them within 24 hours to let them know what's going on and how to follow through the process.
Right. So you're the people that you hire. What type of service? So if anybody's looking for a job and you're in the healthcare field, a nurse or a home healthcare aide, how do you process them, I guess, or evaluate them?
So most of the process is done online, and then mostly all aides and home health aides, personal care aide, they have to have a background check. Because I'm regulated through the license of Department of Health. And so all licensed RNs and LPNs, they already have a license. That's through the Department of Education. So everybody that works to home care has to be a background check.
Okay.
And so usually you go through a process where you just fill out all the paperwork, and then we go for an interview session. So first we do mostly everything online so we don't have to waste anybody's time.
Right.
So usually you put a request and we'll email you a package and we'll set an interview date for you to come in.
That's great. That's great.
Yes.
So we have Terry's contact information there, so you can reach out to her. I want to say thank you so much for coming to Conversations with Verdel Jones.
You're welcome.
It's so good to have you here.
Nice to be here.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have Samuel Dickerson in the studio. So thank you, and make sure you like and share.
Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
Woke and Free.
If you've been tuning in every week for Woke and Free Wednesday, you know that Woke and Free is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything that's important to us, to you, the world, and nothing is off the table.
Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation. And make sure you tune in next week for Woke and Free Wednesday to join the conversation at wokenfree.com.
Wow. If you want to be a guest on the show, I'm still at wow there, guys. But please Please submit a topic for an upcoming episode. Share how you feel. Hit us up on our Contact Us page at wokenfree.com. That is WOKENFREE.com. Again, if you want to hit us up on social media, always feel free to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WokenFree. And have you checked out our YouTube channel as well? Go to wokenfree.com. You'll see all of our handles, and I think you'll like all the content out there.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for Woke and Free Wednesdays. Remember, Woke and Free is more than a podcast, it is a way of life. Until next time.
Welcome back to Conversations with Verdel Jones. We have Sam Dickerson here in the house.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you for being on Conversations with Verdel Jones.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We are talking about health and wealth today. So we just got finished talking to Terry Darby. She has a home health care service. Important topic. People need to know about that. Now I want to get into a little bit about how people can maintain their health physically. But you also deal with the mental as well.
Yeah.
So you are a public health professional. How did you get into public health, and what does that actually mean as a whole?
So the way that I got into public health, I went to Nassau Community College for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I changed my major like maybe 5 times.
Okay.
So by the time I went to SUNY or Westbury, so it got to the point at Nassau, I was like, okay, I have to graduate.
Right.
So I graduated after 2.5 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For changing major that many times, that's not bad.
So then I went to SUNY or Westbury.
Okay.
And I'm looking at all the different majors, and I seen health and society, public health.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I was like, that seems broad enough for me to pick it and still have another 2 years to really fine tune what I want to do.
Okay.
So, and then at the time I was big into fitness. At 17, I was 260 pounds, and I lost 100 pounds, or maybe I was 18, but somewhere around that time. Yeah, so I was big into fitness, and I knew I would like that.
We really need to talk. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that's how I picked it. I picked it just not really knowing what I wanted to pick my major in. Then I picked that.
So how long did it take you to lose 100 pounds?
Like 3 months.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I ran 10 miles every day and only ate salad, and I worked out after the runs.
What?
Yeah.
So you really, you are really into the physical fitness aspect of what you do.
Yes.
Yeah, like did you know what to do? Like how did you learn how to do that?
Google.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So were you an athlete in high school?
I was.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I broke a bone. Like, I fractured a bone in my spine at 17.
Okay.
So that's really when I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah. So you were already an athlete, and so it was came probably a little easier than me trying to run 10 miles a day.
No. Because when I first started, I was only, it took me 3 weeks to build up to 10.
Okay.
Week 1, I was struggling doing one.
Okay.
It took me about 10, 15 minutes to do one.
Right.
And my friends would run with me. They're like, keep going.
Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. Yeah. So that's how you got into personal training, because you're a personal trainer also. So how did you get to, you did it for yourself, and how did that kind of spark you to do that for others?
Well, my little brother, his friend's mother asked me to train her. So I trained her for about I'd say a month, and she offered to pay me $5 a week to train her for an hour a day. So which, so it was like $1 an hour session that I was doing back then. But that was my first time actually training someone.
And you just liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a motivation thing too, to help motivate people, because you also are a motivational speaker, which I can understand why. Just getting people to really push themselves is a task. How do you get people to to push themselves when you like train them?
Yell. Like, I don't know, like I'm hot and cold. Like I'm really,
Right.
really nice, and then I get really, really aggressive. So
Right.
I'm trying to find a good middle ground
Good-
with that. Yeah,
You're
'cause,
working on that.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Though.
Everybody,
You just
right?
gotta
Everybody's
feel 'em out.
That's right. So you kind of adapt your style with your clients. I would
Yeah.
think. Right? Yeah, exactly. You know when to push them. You don't want to make them cry,
Yeah.
but you want them to be successful. So you also have you started a company called Better You, Better Society LLC in December of 2016. What made you decide to do that? And first of all, what is it? And what made you decide to venture out on your own and get your own business?
The honest answer, and then I'm gonna answer it after
Okay.
this. But the honest answer is I really don't know because there's so many different aspects to like
I
how it
understand.
happened.
Yep, I understand.
BetterYouBetterSociety@gmail.com was my email address. So, and I think I made that when I was like 19, before
Okay.
I started the business, like 3-4 years
Wow.
before.
Okay.
And it was just like a creed that I wanted to live by. I told myself I'm not going to curse anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to smoke anymore because the decisions I make today, that's going to be the kind of man that I am when I'm 30, the kind
Right.
of father, the kind of husband I'm going to be.
Right.
So it's just like, Better You, Better Society, saying make good decisions. And then I just began to live by that.
Right.
So when I decided, I got fired from Blink. I was working as a trainer.
Okay.
And I decided to go into business for myself because I was doing it on the side and I was making
Right.
quite a bit of money. So when I started doing it on my own, I needed a name. I was like, okay, Betty Better Society.
Wow.
And right now I do personal training and I teach fitness classes online and I have fitness plans available online. But I also incorporated motivational speaking into that.
Okay.
Incorporated doing charity into that. So just everything that I really had a passion for,
Right.
I incorporated it underneath Better You Better Society.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So, Better You, Better Society. The services, like you said, personal training, and you do it virtually.
Yes.
So, what does that look like? Like, how does that work?
Well, we have two. We have one plan that's $100. And what you do there is you pay your money, and then we send you some questionnaires to fill out.
Okay.
And you give us all your information, your medical history, everything, and then we take 2-3 days to formulate a fitness plan. We write down everything exactly that you have to eat, or the cardio exactly that you have to do, every workout that you have to do. You also, of course, you tell us like whether or not you have access to a gym or not, and we just create a plan tailor-made for you. And we also have a plan that is $5, and that one is,
okay.
I got a little chubby over the holiday break,
Yeah.
so me and my girlfriend, we did a 3-week plan that we created for ourselves to
Okay.
lose weight.
Okay.
And we just recorded it, and we recorded all the exercises that we did, and we just packaged it up, and that's the one that people can follow along with for
Okay.
$5.
Okay. All right. Wow. And you do charity work, you said, as well?
Yes.
Okay. What type of charity work do you guys do? And you
Last
have
year,
a team. I went to the website. You have like a
Yes.
decent sized team.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like to talk to people, so it's easy for me, like, But so what I did last year was every Saturday, me and my team would go to the grocery store, buy a whole bunch of food, prepare it, package it up, and then Saturday night we would go into the city, Penn Station, and we'd
Nice.
give it out.
Very nice. Very nice. Giving back, which
Yeah.
is important. So I asked my viewers about the best diet that they've been on. And like I was saying in the beginning, it was keto and, restricting certain things out of their diet, no sugar, no meat, whatever it is. What is your suggestion for a diet? Does it depend on the person? Does it depend, what should people be thinking about when they want to be on a diet? Or is it a lifestyle? Because you hear people say that too. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
It definitely is a lifestyle, but I think the most important thing to consider is your health.
Right. Right.
For example, for me, my go-to diet is like chicken breasts and broccoli, like only.
Right.
But in that diet, I'm not intaking any healthy fats. And I like to run and do cardio, so my knees would start bothering me and my elbows would start bothering me. So it's like you want to do something that you can sustain, but you
Right,
also want to
yeah,
make sure that you're not
definitely.
lacking anything that
Right.
might come back and bite you later.
Exactly, because you hear so many different things. Like I said at the top of the show, I'm on isogenics. That's not to me. Tina, my friend who got me on it might not think that. I don't think that's a lifestyle that I could follow forever. So I have to make smarter decisions. But it was a good jump start, definitely, because it's so regimented. You know, it's very easy. You don't really have to think about it too much. And I think people really, you don't have to be educated, I think, on that, because we really don't know. You know, we just hear these little things, no carbs, but maybe you need carbs, you know, right? You know, so it's just, you hear all these things that people do to try to lose weight, and they just gain the weight back. And that's another challenge, you know, gaining that weight back. So you work with people to help them, you know, be physically fit. And like I said, I went to your website, great stuff on there. What would you say is one of the biggest successes you've had working with a client?
Biggest success I've had working with a client.
Someone that just, you know, really got into it and really saw results.
Okay, so one of my clients, I started training him very early on.
Okay.
And now he looks better than me. So I guess that's a success. So, you know, he's taking the fitness thing all the way. Like, you know, I mean, that's happened quite a few times.
Right.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because what you're doing really, you know, really works. So what would you say is the biggest fitness misconception? Like, what do people think, like I was saying with the diets, what do people think that, you know, this is, you know, a misconception?
People will tell me, okay, I want to lose weight, but I only want to lose weight around my stomach.
Right.
And I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know, like, you're going to lose, well, like, for the lady, like, you're going to lose, you know, like, weight around your hips.
Right.
That's going to happen. Your face is going to get lose fat from everywhere.
Right.
That's a big one.
You can't target where the weight's going to come off.
And that's like promoted so much that people don't believe me when I tell them. I'm like, Google it. Like, I'm not lying to you.
But there's also certain exercises you can do for certain things, like, you know, should people do cardio? Should people do core work? Should people do weights? Like, how do you make that determination of what you should do?
Well, if you want to lose weight, if you want to get like shrink down,
right?
You don't do cardio. Go on a diet. If you want to build muscle in, say, your arms, work on your arms.
Right.
If you want to work on your legs, work on your legs. If you want to build muscles around your core, so that when you begin to shrink down and you want to see your six pack,
that definition.
You know, do your core.
Right.
You know, builds the muscle up.
Right.
So when you shrink down, it begins to protrude through your skin. That's what a six pack is.
Oh, okay. Those muscles coming.
Yeah, they're protruding.
Through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Not yet. But soon, I hope. So how can people? So you have personal training. You do meal plans for them as well. How can people get in touch with you, and what can they expect when they seek you out for your services?
Well, they can get in touch with me at www.betteryou.bettersociety.org. Click on the fitness tab and everything is listed there. It's betteryou.bettersociety.org. And they can expect excellence. You know, my mother always told me be a man of excellence.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So it has been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. If we could just show Sam's contact info so everybody can make sure they get that. What are some? Okay. Nice. So what do you have any events or anything planned for the future? Any kind of things that you want to let people know that's coming up?
Well, the project that I'm working on right now is I collaborated with this other brand called P Exotic Shop, and we released a line of bomber jackets. Okay. And on the jacket, we have the symbol for heart disease. Part of my story of why I got so passionate about fitness is my best friend's my best friend's mother, she used to see me running and exercising, and she asked me to train her one day. And, you know, it never happened. And about like a month later or 2 months later, she passed away of a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's something that I like, you know, it kind of stays with you. It's like, all right, going forward, you know, whenever somebody wants to train or whenever I think somebody should train, I'm really going to be a little bit more persistent.
Right.
But and then my partner now, my business partner, his father passed away of a heart disease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of a heart attack. I mean.
Wow.
So that's why we collaborated and created these coats.
Okay.
That's on the website as well.
Okay.
And we're taking 20% of the profits, and we're going to be running health and wellness workshops in the community, free
That's
for the
awesome.
public.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. So it has really been a pleasure getting to know you and finding out a little bit more about Better You, Better Society. So thank you very much. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to have Tanisha Marie in the house. Thank you. Welcome back to Conversations with Verdel Jones. We have Tanisha Marie here in the house. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I am excited. You're a social worker by trade, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am.
How did you start being in business for yourself? You own a company called Success Level Ventures. What is that about, and how did you get started? Like, what made you switch from that career to being your own boss?
Well, the thing is, I got fired.
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I've heard so many
I got
people
fired.
say that. They got laid off.
Fired.
They said, you know what? This is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. So
got fired.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and what was your passion about? And we're going to talk a little bit about your business, but what the business that you have? How did you get that passion at wanting to help? I mean, you have the helping background, right? So how did you develop that to be a business?
Well, I always wanted to help. That's why I became a social worker. Right? I felt like, you know what, I can help people to be able to, I guess, achieve their goals. But social work is too much pressure, right? So I couldn't flourish. I feel like I'm very ambitious. I'm very motivated.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really live out the way that I wanted to because it was just too much. So my cousin, I got fired, and my cousin introduced me, and I always give her credit for it because she introduced me to a business. She said, take a look at this.
Right.
I was living in the basement with my husband and my kids, and she said, take a look at this. So I ain't got nothing. I'm on unemployment. And I'm like, listen, all right, cool.
Give it a try.
Yeah, I looked at it. And I watched the video, and she was like, "Listen, come to the convention." I went to the convention, and I fell in love with it because I saw people look like me that was winning, and I was like, "Well, if they can do this,
that's right.
I just need to know the secret."
Right.
I just need to know the secret. I just need to know what they're doing and find out what they're doing. But of course, with business, you have to understand how business works. It's not applying for a job and you put effort in,
it's very
you get a check. Business, you don't get no results, you ain't get no money.
That's right.
So I had to understand that.
So true.
So it took me about 3 years to understand business, just understanding it.
I love that you said that because that's such a. I mean, it's something simple to really just say and not really understand it.
Right.
But like you said, you go to work,
Right.
you get that check. So you put in. In some jobs, you can put in whatever effort you want and still get that check.
Right, of course.
But when you're in business for yourself, you are constantly trying on that grind, basically,
of course, of course. You have to.
You have to be.
Yeah.
So I read in your bio that you've come across some challenges in life, and I think it's always important for people to share how they are able or how they were able to overcome some challenges. So how were you able to do that to be the success that you are?
Well, it takes a lot of persistence, right? And it also takes a lot of will. You have to want this bad. Like Eric Thomas says, you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You got to really want this, right? And then you can't let
the negative Nancys talk in your ear. You got to get literally X those people out of your life
I've been
completely.
hearing that a lot too.
Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to be this most positive person, but let me talk to Sherry over here who's negative."
Right.
You can't. You got to literally X everybody who is not for you
Right.
out of your life until you feel like, okay, well, I'm here now. Let me call them. Kind of thing. When you got
Right.
your mind, I'm telling you, mind's a terrible thing to waste. You got to get this together.
Let me ask you a question about that, cutting people out of your life, because I've heard all this, like the beginning of the year. I've heard so many people say that, get the negative
Right.
people out of your life.
Right.
How do you do that?
Well, I mean, you gotta.
'Cause that's not
distance.
easy.
It's not. It's not. I
Right.
mean, what if your mother's the negative
Right.
person? What if your wife's the negative
That's
person?
right. What do you do?
Right. Again,
What
you
do
have
you
to
do?
distance yourself. You have to limit conversations. You
Yeah.
have to limit being around it. Because remember,
Yep.
energy is no
Yes.
joke.
Right.
Okay, you could be happy. Oh, I'm so happy today. Then you get around a whole bunch of negative people. You're like, oh my God.
Brings you right
I feel
down.
so dead.
Right. Right.
So you gotta
right.
you gotta limit that stuff. So this is what I had to do. I had to limit that stuff and then be around the successful people.
Yeah.
So they was able to pull me up.
Right. Right.
You know, so really that's how I overcame a lot. I really had to boss up and say, if I'm gonna do this, this is what's required.
Right.
If I
right.
keep hanging around losers,
Guess what?
you lose.
That's right. That's right.
That's how it works.
So tell me about Success Level Ventures. What is Success Level Ventures?
Right. So I have an online school. So I have a
Okay.
passion. I love to teach. I feel like I can help people, right? Like I told
Right.
you. So I always wanted to be a teacher. Failed the test 8 times. So I gave up. I said, you know what? This teaching ain't for me.
Okay.
So I gave up. But I had a mentor, and I do online marketing. I've been doing online marketing for like 5 years. And he said to me, he said, well, you know all this stuff. You know how to drive traffic. You know how to make money. Why don't you package up your brain?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
like, wow, okay. Then, all right, so he showed me. And
Right.
this was in 2004. And then about 2016 is when I really started gaining more confidence to do
Okay.
it. So in the last about 3 years, I got 500 students online, anywhere from ages
500?
18. Yeah, anywhere from 18
Wow.
to, let's say, about 55, 60, years old. And they all
Really?
find me on social media, whether it's YouTube, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's Instagram. And all I do is provide service, right? So I teach people how to sell on Amazon, teach people
Mm-hmm.
how to build their business, build their brand, build confidence. A lot of women struggle,
Yeah, with that.
with the confidence piece. So, when women see me, and they're like, listen, sis,
Right.
if you can do this,
Right. Why can't I?
right, why can't I do it? Just show me the way.
Right.
Right. So I tell people, I got the boat. I
Yeah.
got the way. You either gonna come on my way or you gonna stay with your boss who's starving you right now.
That's right.
Right, so-
Working for someone else is you're only going to get but so much.
Well, here's the thing. It's a risk to just depend on one income. What's happening right now with the 800,000 people who can't even get paid?
Right.
One income
Right.
is never enough for no one.
Right. Right.
When your income
Right.
goes, what happened? Your house go, car go.
Everything. Right. You're
So you
absolutely
cannot
right.
put your family in that position. I love my family. So I would never put them in that position to be lost.
Right. I
Right.
love that.
And this is
You're
what I help
absolutely
people
right.
do to open up their mind and turn light bulbs on. That's what I say. Let's turn these lights on.
Exactly. So, okay, so let me ask you this. A person is, they have a 9 to 5, they're looking to do something to increase their, money coming in, so they want to start a business. How does a person decide what business they might want to start? They know they want to start a business,
Right.
but they don't know what
Right.
they want to do. How do you guide them? What advice can you give them?
Well, how it works is, of course, you have to have some type of desire to say, I want to be my own boss. I
Right.
want to do my own thing.
Is that the first step?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to
Okay.
want it.
Right.
Because I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm in
Right.
the changing lives business, not the convincing business,
Right.
right? So once you make that decision and say, you know what, I want more. I don't
Yeah.
want to just depend on this one paycheck.
Yeah.
But what do I got to do and what does that look like? So what happens is people go online searching work from home, how to make money, how to build a business,
Right.
and I show up. So now what
Okay.
happens is they start to follow me. Right,
Okay.
and they start watching me and watching me and watching me, and I keep showing up. So
Right.
of course now I'm convincing them that I'm the one because
Right.
every time I'm in their emails, I'm in their news feed, so they showing up and they
Right.
showing, and I'm just like, wow. So I need to deal with this lady. So they either join me in one of my businesses, whatever they feel, whether it's a low ticket or a high ticket, whatever they feel like they can do. And then they get involved, and then I help them. Now, is everybody serious? I wish everybody was.
No,
no.
not
Some people
necessarily.
just feel like, oh, I got to do something. Some people just pay me just to follow me, for real. Right, but then there's people that literally I've helped make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 part time.
Right.
Right, and they found me on YouTube.
Right. So should a person, because we all have a skill set, we all are good at something. You're good at what you do, and with social media and things like that, drawing people in.
Right.
So if a person wants to start a business, should they look at their talents or where the money is, or a combination of both?
Well, you got to look at recession proof.
Yeah.
What's
no matter what,
recession-proof?
if it's your passion or not.
E-commerce is recession proof.
Right.
Everybody shops online every second.
Right.
So you got to say, okay, do I want to get some of this money? Or you can just do what you're passionate about. But remember, your passion don't come with a paycheck right away.
It doesn't. Right.
So-
Absolutely.
So you can keep working your passion. It could take 5 years, or just get on this e-commerce train and say, "Oh, let me make an extra $100,000 first, then let me start living out my passion." Right? That's how it works.
Because you'll have the resources to be able to probably do that, right?
Right. See, business is only a vehicle, right?
Yeah,
And then
okay,
money's
okay.
only a tool to now help you do what you want to do. We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. It's just that 99.9% of people don't know what it is.
Right.
Right, and then I help them with that too, because it's like, okay, what have you always wanted to do? People be asking me, like, I don't even know you. You found me on YouTube. I don't know you. You calling me. What do you have? What have you always wanted to do in your life?
Right.
And then they tell
start
me
from there.
Right, and then they tell me, and then I help them open up their mind. They're like, wow, that's true. Tanisha, I can do that. I can help women with domestic violence. I can help, single men. I can help. And then now they start getting all these ideas, and guess what? They never forget me because now I done bust their cherry.
Exactly.
I done opened up their mind to a whole other thing.
Right. So you also have a nonprofit.
Right. So I want to do nonprofit for girls. So I feel like, it's just too much junk in the world.
Right.
These little girls following nobody. They don't have no direction. It's too much.
Right.
It's really, really too much. So I feel like, I want to have a nonprofit that helps little girls become women for real.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Real women.
When do you have? You do a lot.
I do.
How do you manage your
Everybody
time?
says-
Are you up like all the time? Like what?
People think I'm up all the time, but I'm not. I get sleep. I go to sleep. I get sleep.
How do you balance that?
Well, what I love about what I do is I can automate this.
Yeah,
So I
right.
have systems online, right? Just like the government
Right.
have a whole system.
Right.
I have systems.
Right.
Just like right now I'm doing this show. There's people
But you're
right
still
now.
making money.
Right.
Right.
Again, so I have people right now looking at my
That's
website,
right.
giving me their information.
That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
really a system,
It's a
and I
system.
love the system because I can travel across the world wherever I
Right.
feel like going, any day, anytime, and still make money.
Right.
So, that's really what it, boils down to.
Now,
Systems.
your social media is a big thing, right? It's how do you use that to increase your influence? Like, if you could give somebody a tip about using social media, what is a tip that you can give them to help increase the awareness of who they are or what they're doing, or what
Well, start
can you
studying the
suggest?
market. Start studying who your market is.
Yeah.
Who is your market? Who do you want to target? I was just
Right.
talking to one of my new clients today, and I told him, I said, who is your market? Who do you want to have your products and or services?
Right.
So you can't have everybody.
That's right.
I don't want everybody getting my stuff. Who do you want to serve?
Right.
Once you know that, now
Yeah.
you can hone in on your message. Now you can hone in on your brand, and then now you can expand. Right? Because now you are talking to a specific person. My market is women ages 20 to 55. So every time I'm doing content, women ages 20 to 55,
that in your
90,
head, right.
90% of my market and my students and clients and all that is
Right.
women.
Right.
I know what I'm saying. So when I'm talking, I'm saying women stuff.
Women stuff.
Right. So
Right.
it's touching their heart. It's making them
Exactly.
cry. It's making them
Right.
think. It's like, wow, this lady's talking to me. She don't even know me.
Right. Because that's your market. And
Right.
you know it.
Right. So there's no real competition when you know what you're doing. That's it. That's it. So I
It's
just tell
true.
people, find your
It's
niche
true.
and get rich.
Right. Find your niche and get rich. I like that.
Period.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. Good. Right. You find your niche and get rich. That's how it goes.
So tell us about your tea, because you were on Tanisha.
Oh, yeah.
Tanisha is gonna be a host here.
That's right.
On Strong Island Television. So
That's
we're gonna
right.
talk about that in a minute.
Right.
But let's talk about the tea.
Right. So I love my tea. Yep. So I've been doing my tea. Here go my tea, right? So I've been doing my tea for like 4 years. They sent me emails saying congratulations. So this tea is a game changer, right? So my clients call me Dr. Money, right? Because I help more people go to the bathroom than doctors do, for real. This tea right here will change your life. It's no lie.
Okay.
This will change your life. If you have never did a detox,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
Which everybody from babies need to do a detox. If you never did one, you need to do a detox. You need to get rid of slugs, okay? You need to get rid of the toxins, right? Fatigue, constipation. I mean, I
Right.
could list a whole bunch of stuff that people have, and it's simply because they do not detox.
Okay.
You got to detox. You want to live? Detox.
Get all that out.
All these diseases
Yeah.
is in our colon.
Right.
And this helps you to get rid of that stuff
Okay.
that's inside of your colon. So
Okay.
most people lose 5 pounds in 5 days with this tea.
Okay.
Because of the colon junk that's inside.
Wow.
And then you go to the bathroom and you feel better.
So how does the tea work? When do you drink it? How much do you
Well,
drink?
so
or-
we have instant tea and we have a boiling tea. So the boiling tea you will leave in your refrigerator. You make a gallon and you leave in your refrigerator and you will drink it twice a day for 7 days or 10 days, right? And you either drink it after breakfast, after lunch, after
Right.
dinner, however you feel. I usually tell people if you have a job, don't do it on the job because you do not want to be running to the bathroom, right? So do it at home when you're home after dinner. Just drink 16
it.
ounces.
Okay,
Let it
okay.
work while you're sleeping.
While you sleep,
And in the
okay.
morning, like I was telling your husband, go release.
Okay. Did he buy some?
Well, I gave him two. I gave him a sample. I gave him a sample to drink some. I gave him a sample to drink some, but I feel like everyone needs this tea.
Right.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, if you want to live a healthy life, you
Yeah.
know how many people go to the gym for 20 years and they still 100 and 2, 3, 500 pounds? You need I'm telling you,
Right.
it's the colon. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's the colon. People say they want to lose their stomach. This gonna do it.
Right.
Right? Hey, I lost over 100 pounds in 3 years just drinking this tea.
Wow. Wow.
I love it. Right?
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Okay. I like that. I like that. So, Tanisha, let's tell everybody about your new show that's going to be here
Oh, yeah,
on
I'm
Strong
excited.
Island Television.
I'm excited.
We're
So,
excited to have
my
you.
show, I did the first recording yesterday. So it's called Financially Lit
Oh, you
TV.
recorded a show
Yesterday.
already.
Yesterday,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's called Financially Lit TV. And what my goal is to help people turn on light bulbs. Like I said, turn these
Right.
light bulbs on, right? To help them understand that if you keep trading hours for dollars, you're going to die.
Right.
That's the point, right?
Right.
It's like we learned how to just trade hours for dollars. I have people on my team who can't retire because they don't have enough money,
Yeah.
right? So I'm helping them understand that you got to create these systems, right? That's going to bring you in money. Whether you're doing e-commerce, whether you're doing a multi-level market, you need residual income.
Exactly.
Right? You need to
Right.
income shift. You need to shift your money, right? Because people do have money, they just don't know what to do with it.
I agree with you.
They don't know what to do with it.
I agree.
So they buy a whole bunch of bags and they doing this and they going here, they doing, they don't know what to do with their money. And then when you're
Right.
55, it's like, well, hold up. What happened? What happened with my money? Right. So
Right.
I help people understand that you can create your own. Right? You can have money working for you. You can make money while you are sleeping.
Right. And that's what you want to do.
Right. We didn't learn that in school.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So, you know, I teach
so
people.
on this show, you're going
Right.
to teach people some of those little
Right.
nuggets that you've
So
been.
I started already. So I do something called the cash flow quadrant. So I show people where they are and where you need to be at. How to lower your taxes is the biggest thing. Taxes is the biggest expense. Big businesses are the biggest expense. People think it's their mortgage and insurance and all that. Taxes, baby. Taxes rape. You trust me, okay?
Okay.
So taxes and big business. We got Christmas and all these other holidays.
Right.
People go broke around these holidays,
Yes, they
and they
do.
can't pay it back.
Right.
So if you understand that, then you will start to have more money. I ain't buy nobody nothing for Christmas. I ain't buy my husband nothing for Valentine's Day.
Right.
Forget all that. Easter, all that. Forget all that. Because
Right.
it's only designed to keep you broke. I'm not interested in being broke.
That's true.
So.
So where can people see, like, how can they see the show? Like, when is it going to be released? When can they see
So
it?
it's going to be next week.
Okay.
I think it's going to be next week. It's
Okay.
going to be on this station.
Okay.
And you guys can watch it, share it, come get some information,
Yes.
come with your pen and paper. I'm a teacher, right? So I want you to come take notes, right? Because I'm giving you
Love
strategies
it.
that you can actually use right away and start to apply.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So tell people how they can get in touch with you. They're going to watch the show, definitely. family.
Right.
And also, I want to make
Right.
sure that they can reach out to you and contact you. So we're
Right.
going to show your contact information.
Right. So yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram at Coach Tanisha Marie, and then follow me on Facebook at Tanisha Agile, and then I have a website called JoinTanishaMarie.com, and you'll get all my information if you want to understand Amazon, if you're interested in starting your own business, if you're interested in credit, whatever you're into or want to get into around your finances, go to JoinTanishaMarie.com.
All right. Well, Tanisha, I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for
I
having
mean,
me.
just the little nuggets that you drop, fabulous. I love it. Your show's going to be, what is it called? Lit, right?
Yeah, it's called Financially Lit TV. Yeah, Financially Lit TV. That's the name of it.
So
Right.
make sure, everyone, that you tune into the show.
Right.
I want to thank Sam Dickerson and Terry Darby for being here as well.
Right.
Again, Tanisha, we're looking forward to seeing your show. Big
Right,
things, big things.
Right,
So
right.
thank you, everybody, for watching Conversations with Verdel Jones, and we will see you next time.
Awesome.